Hello, this is Nathan Martinez showing off my week 6 coding assignment. So first and foremost, here's just the HTML document where I'm able to run the game on my console, actually view it in live server. This is my actual JavaScript. So this one is actually showing all the code that I typed in to make the word card game function on my browser. So the first thing I did was create a player for classes, or a class for players, sorry. Just showing the name, the deck. The second thing I did was have to create the function to shuffle. So this function here is actually going to shuffle the deck of cards. Down here, this is just showing that I actually had to assign the values for each card. So of course, numbers 1 through 10 is just going to be standard 1 through 10. But of course, for ace, it'll be 1, jack 11, queen 12, king 13. This down here is just showing that constantly that the deck is going to have 4 suits of each card. So it's going to have 4 kings, 4 queens, 4 jacks, so on and so forth. Here is where the game is actually going to split the deck. So we have to, the game of war, you have to split the cards into 2. So here it's actually splitting the cards using the splice method. So we see here the first player, Paul McCartney, gets the first half of the cards. In here for this one, the second player, John, is going to be dealt the second half of the cards. So moving down here, this is where it's actually going to compare the score for each player and actually log the points. So showing here, this is just showing right here for my if-else statements that if player 1 has a higher card value than player 2, it's going to award him a score. And the same thing, if player 2 has a higher card value, it'll award him a point. And it'll keep track of the points for each round. So at the end of each round, it'll actually assign a point for each player. And at the end of the game, the player with the most points wins the game. So here at the bottom part of my code, this is just showing that I actually set an alert to let you know who the winner is. So it'll alert you if player 1 finished with the score higher of player 2. It'll tell you player 1, Paul, is the winner. And if player 2 finishes with the high score than player 1, it'll tell you player 2, John, is the winner of the game. And if the game ends in a tie, it'll actually give you an alert for that saying, again, the game ended up in a tie. Please try again to declare a winner. So I'll go ahead and move over to my actual browser here, and you can see starting from the very top, it's going to list the cards out here, just all the suits starting from king all the way down to ace. And it's going to show you here that each card that was dealt out to each player. So it's going to show you before it shows you as a list which card each player received. And then going down, it's going to show you the result for each round. So it'll show you for the first round, Paul was dealt a 2, John was dealt a 7. John's going to win that round. So on and so forth. It'll go all the way down, awarding points for the winner. And once you get to the end, it'll tell you the winner. If I refresh the page, it'll run the game again. Paul's the winner with the score 14-11. If I want to play one more time, I can just refresh it. Paul is the winner again. John is the winner this time. And like I mentioned, if the game ends in a tie, the alert will tell you that. The second part of our coding assignment was to actually test our code using Mocha and Chai. This I did have a little bit of difficulty doing. So I was trying to test my splice method, my method that actually divided the cards amongst 2 players. So you can see here, I actually opened I opened a new Java document. So that way here, so I could write the function out of split as a new function so I can assign it to the HTML. And then this next page, I actually described it. That way it knew what we were testing. And here on the last page for the HTML, I tried to link these 2 documents to the HTML. That way I can open it in live server and view my results of my unit test using Mocha and Chai. But when I open my live server, all I get is a tab that says index. And when I click on it, it shows me the results of everything that's in the folder. So I wasn't exactly sure how to fix that. Besides that, the final thing it'll share is going to be my GitHub submission. So just showing here for my GitHub page, my HTML document with the word card game, and my JavaScript document with the actual instructions to win the game on my console. Thank you very much.